having a competition like this, bringing writers together from all across the UK, is really exciting for any city.
I've had a pre-read, so I've got a little bit of knowing on what's coming, but I'm excited to kind of see how they finesse the script, how they've brought the script to life.
Oh, she's close. Well, look, I'm trying, but it's not as simple as that. Look, all right, I could do my best, but if she won't cooperate... Oi! Don't move! Don't you dare! Now drop the gun!
Who are you calling?
Drop the gun now!
Who are you calling?
I swear to God, I will shoot you!
Shoot me! Shoot me! You're not going to do that. If you do that, you'll never find him. What's the matter, detective? You've got to where you need to be.
In less than 6 minutes, armed police are going to come through that door and fill you with holes. One phone call from me, and this can all go away, but you have got to put the gun down.
I'm not here to negotiate. I've got you exactly where I wanted you. You think this is a coincidence that it's just you and me here now? Who are you calling?
Last chance.
You mate, Mr. Hogan by any chance? What's the matter? He's not picking up for some reason. Surprise! I know your dirty little secret.
I don't know what you think you know, but it is imperative that I find him. Now, where is he?
Oh, but you do know what I'm talking about. This is a big issue for you because, like Mr. Hogan, you know your sick little scheme is over.
I'm going to give you one last chance. Drop the gun and tell me where he is.
He knew there was no escaping his punishment, and neither can you. All those disgusting, twisted things you did to those girls. How could you be so heartless?
I have been leading a special team tracking Hogan for 3 years.
Hiding in plain sight.
We were this close to nailing him. This close. And then you decide to take matters into your own hands. You spooked him. And now he has completely disappeared off the... Hey! Hands where I can see him!
This is my sister. She was 16 years old when she went missing. 16 years old.
Listen, I understand.
Shut up! Shut up! She was just an innocent girl and you took her away from me. You took her away from us. Not only that, you took her innocence. You sold her in your sex ring, you and your mate. Well, you're going to suffer for what you've done, just like he did.
You cannot be serious!
We know you're in there. We've blocked all your exits. The building is surrounded. Come out with your hands up and clearly visible.
Look, I haven't got time for any of this. I know all about you, Erica Mills. Oh yeah, we've been compiling a case file on you for quite some time. Burglary, theft, hacking, GBH, drug abuse. Oh, we know all about you.
You know nothing about me.
Where were you the night your sister went missing, Erica?
Shut up.
You were meant to be looking after her, but instead you were off your face, high as a cat.
I said shut up!
No, you were meant to be looking after her, but instead you were looking after yourself.
No.
But I'm sorry about your sister. But you clearly have no idea what you've gotten yourself into. Hogan is a liar, a manipulator, and a sociopath. He will do or say anything to get what he wants. You can't trust a single word he says. It's all lies. And you can't seriously be trusting your own judgment right now. How long has it been since your last fix?
Don't move! Don't you dare move!
You're upset about your sister and you want revenge. I can understand that.
You will never understand!
Yes, I do. You're not the only one who's lost someone important to them. Try losing your 13-year-old daughter.
Don't come any closer!
I'm trying to get her back and to stop this from happening to anybody else.
No, you're lying to me.
I know you've seen the news. This has happened to hundreds of girls all over the country. But you are interfering in a police investigation by obstructing the course of justice. Now that is a serious offence. I don't want to shoot you. But I swear to God I will if you continue to stop me reaching my target. This is my last chance to get her back and to nail that bastard, and I'm not going to let you or anybody else stand in my way.
I don't believe you.
Please, I am begging you, just help me take it. All right, whoa. Okay. Take the phone. All right. Look. That is my daughter. Rose. She is beautiful. She's my heart. She's my world. And he has had her locked up somewhere for the last 2 weeks. And she doesn't deserve this. None of these girls deserve this.
This is your daughter.
Yes. She's still alive. And I am trying to get her back before it's too late. Look, if you were me, what would you do? Oh, come on! You know I'm telling you the truth! He has been twisting and manipulating this entire situation for his own sick plan. He couldn't buy me, so he tried to blackmail me, and when I refused, he took her. He knows I'm close, and he will do anything in his power to stop me, including using you. Oh, you are expendable to him.
Come out with your hands up.
This is Detective Sergeant Branning, call sign 25 Kilo 59. Do not enter. I repeat, do not enter. I am currently in negotiations.
Why did he do it?
Because he's sick. And he needs to be locked away for a very, very long time. But I can't do that unless you help me. I can't stop them unless you agree to cooperate. Now, tell me where he is.
No, this can't be true. You're in on it with him.
Where is he? Where is he?
He's dead. I made him pay for what he did to my sister. He called you out, and then I killed him.
This is your last chance. Surrender now.
Do not enter! I repeat, do not enter! Put the gun down. Hey, look. You can still work this out. But they're not going to let you just walk out of here. Not unless you agree to cooperate. Oh, please, Erica. We can work this out. Just give me the gun. Please. Stand down! Stand down, I have the situation under control.
What are you doing?
Hogan was a good friend of mine.
What?
When your sister, she was asking for it.
So was your daughter.
She doesn't sleep this well at home.
Maybe it's more peaceful here.
My little girl isn't very well, is she? Come on, get better and come home with Mummy.
You want me to take her with me? Obviously, I don't want that, but it might not be my decision to make.
Come on, stay with Mummy. That's a good girl. You're too precious to me. Too valuable. Remember, it was Daddy that left you, not Mummy.
Is that what you're telling her now? Well, now that I'm not around, that I abandoned her. Now, that's insane. I didn't walk out on either one of you. You know that you're the reason I am no longer around. I was happy. I was so fucking happy.
Your Daddy and his temper.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, you're right. I shouldn't swear in front of her.
Well, you won't have to suffer it anymore, my darling.
No, she won't. You know I never do anything to upset her.
He hurt your Mummy, you know.
Did I? Hey. I can't believe that you're projecting this shit onto our daughter. I came here today to see if you deserved another chance. To see if you still held whatever goodness it was that made me love you. The poison is still there, isn't it? It just pours out of you like a burst vein.
Her name was Sophia.
Oh, no, that isn't fair at all.
That's when all the real problems started. With her, that bitch. No doubt there are other tramps, skanks and scutters, but she's the one I found first. Clearly I wasn't enough, was I? we weren't enough for him.
Don't say that.
Your daddy wanted more than just us. He left me that day. And then he left you.
Oh, come on, Evelyn. You know, the problems were there long before any of that nonsense. I truly loved you back then. Completely. With every sight. Like a twat, I still do. Despite everything that's happened.
We were happy, baby. So happy. Then she happened.
She, Sophia, that was all in your head. You do know that, right?
She was everything I used to be.
We spoke to people about this, remember? Now, what was it the doctor called it? Self-deception. That's it. It's almost like you began to hope that it was more fact than fiction. That somehow, if it was true, then the pain was justified. That the agony was somehow valid.
She looked like me, the me your daddy chose before you came along and changed me forever. But that's okay, baby. We all change. You'll learn that soon enough. We can't hold on to who the people in our lives were, or who we were. That's what the doctor said. We have to let them go. Let them change. And just hope they'll come back to us one day.
And how can I come back from this? This damage is permanent, Evelyn. Don't try and make any of this out like it's my choice. No, you were determined to destroy us. Your framing was fixed, Evelyn. And the mirror inside was completely shattered. There was no true reflection, only fucking refraction. Sophia was a siren to your subconscious. A lighthouse that drew you too close to the rocks, but it was you, Evelyn, that kept that light on. You craved this chaos. No, you made a home in the wreckage. Sophia was a symptom, nothing else.
Strange that no one heard anything from her after my discovery. Almost like she disappeared. Daddy's little temper in action again, no doubt.
She wasn't real.
I saw her photograph! Her pretty young face!
Dark hair, dark eyes, thick thighs and firm tits, just like me when we first met.
She was you. Kind of.
Gone! Without a trace. Poor Sophia. No more photos, no conversations. The laptop was clean. No evidence for us to find.
I deleted my history. I was embarrassed. But anyway, you shouldn't be talking like this in front of our daughter. This is why people aren't sure that you're really coping.
I can take care of my little munchkin for now. No one can just take her from me.
I don't want to take her, but she isn't well.
She'll pull through. You're strong, aren't you, baby? You'll pull through. You'll come home. You want to come home. We'll play with Snuggle Bunny and watch cartoons. We'll do whatever you want. Just you and me. No more rules. Just please, please, please get well. Pretty kissing, please. I need this. I need you.
Why is she bruised?
Oh, it was all an accident. She knows that, don't you, baby? My little munchkin's always crawling around, keeping Mama on her toes.
Well, that doesn't explain anything. Evelyn, this is important. How did she get those bruises?
Mama has bad taste in friends, that's all. But we won't be seeing those friends again, not those ones anyway. I don't need that stuff anymore, I promise, baby. Mama's got nice friends now. Friends my baby will love, friends she'll call family.
Are you taking again?
Mama's clean now, baby. Clean veins and clear brains, right?
But you aren't clean, are you? She isn't safe with you.
What the hell was that?
Shit. Oh, shit, I'm so sorry. I don't know what I expected to happen. Oh my God, that was so scary.
Why is no one coming to check on her?
That's why I'm here, Evelyn.
Where are they?
They know what you did.
I can't
They know
handle
what you
this!
did. Yes, you can, Evelyn. I know you can.
Okay, come on, Evelyn, switch
Please,
on, for Christ's
our
sake.
daughter's sick.
Be attentive.
Somewhere in there is
Who knows?
strength. I know it.
Maybe just a problem with
Be
the machine.
there. Be
Yeah.
strong. Be present
She's
for
all right.
her.
You're okay,
Just
aren't you,
you.
baby?
That is all she needs, Evelyn. Just you.
You're too valuable to Mummy.
You know that I can't come back from this. But you can. You can come back from all of this.
I've done some bad things.
I know. We all have.
Baby, I killed your daddy.
I know you did. You were lost. The drugs had you. Maybe my approach was wrong. Maybe I was foolish. I thought that being firm might help snap you out of it, but I lost my focus. I didn't see the knife that you were holding.
It was meant to be me. I was the one that was meant to die that day. I was the one that was going to abandon you.
I'm glad it wasn't.
Oh, I have to do the right thing. I don't deserve you.
She deserves her mother. Oh, please, Evelyn, just be there. Look, don't give up on her now.
I've got to do this. Sorry, baby. Hello? Yeah, it's me. Are you still interested in the baby girl? Yeah, original price is the same. Just do me one favour. I know what happens to little girls in these circles. Please. Never tell me what happens to her.
No. Oh, Jesus Christ, no. You can go to hell, Evelyn. But she's coming with me.
I really thought we'd put all this behind us. I feel sick to the pit of my stomach.
Well, I doubt you feel as sick as Raquel. Just cross your fingers, okay?
I've got everything crossed. And I'm holding my breath. Private number.
Raquel, your phone is ringing.
Don't pick up. It's Raquel's phone.
Hi, I'd like to speak to Mrs. Batch, please.
She's occupied at the minute. Can I take a message for you?
Yes, it's DC Bailey here. Can you tell her we have new evidence and we'd like her to come down to the station?
Are you serious? I mean, you didn't even say goodbye, you just hung up. Do you know how fucking guilty that makes it look? I thought we're all completely screwed.
I must have done something really horrendous in a previous life. I'm pregnant. It's Ethan's.
Oh, maybe you shouldn't be drinking, honey.
She's hardly keeping Ethan's baby. Nicky, who raped her. I'm sorry to add more shit to your day, but that policewoman you were telling us about called and she wants to see you.
I told you not to pick up. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh, sorry, I'd already answered. It's fine. She just wants to chat because they found some more evidence.
What evidence? That's as far as she got. Nicky hung up on her. What? Why?
I'm panicked. I'm sorry.
I was told I couldn't get pregnant. Dean and I tried for a baby for 2 years.
Well, it could be Dean's, right?
No, it couldn't. We haven't had sex for months.
Okay, you need to get an abortion, ASAP.
I can't have an abortion, Maggie.
Of course you can. You just close your eyes and when you wake, it's all gone.
I can't abort my baby. It's all I've wanted for so long.
What would you tell Dean? You can't pretend it's his if you haven't had sex.
Well done. That's the first smartest thing you've said all day.
Can we talk about it?
Talk about what?
That night.
What do you want to talk about it for, Nick? It was just a stupid drink and drug-infused night.
Well, up to last week, it was probably one of the best nights of my life.
Oh my God! The shame of that night!
Yeah, I know. Fucking hell.
He had the most amazing apartment.
It was his father's apartment.
Yeah, that fucking MP.
Remember us all naked in the hot tub drinking fizz? It was brilliant. I never thought that I would have a threesome.
There was 4 of us, Nikki.
Oh yeah. What's that called?
A fucking mess. That's what this is.
Okay. Raquel, what do you want to do about it? Because you need to make a decision and you need to do it quickly before that policewoman figures things out.
Do you think I should tell them everything? I mean, we didn't know, and to be fair, all we're guilty of is having an orgy with a 17-year-old.
No, I don't think that's a good idea. But you're right. That little bastard told me he was 20.
Dean has worked with his father for 2 years, pulled off the deal of a lifetime. Well, my marriage is not going to survive this, no matter how it ends up. Well, who's going to believe me when the rapist is dead?
What exactly happened, Raquel? You never really told us.
Leave it, Nick. She doesn't need to rehash that shit.
But no, it's okay. I need to just tell it. Maybe I'll get closure.
The thing about closure is, Pete and I are happily married, and I know you didn't even know him then, but he will freak out.
Jesus, Maggie. Are you afraid Pete's going to leave you because you had sex with some guy before you guys even met?
Piss off, Nick. He was a kid.
He was a wanker. He told us he was 20 and took us back to his place to have sex.
Anyone want tea? Okay. I'll tell you what happened.
Maybe it's better if we don't know. As then we're liable then, aren't we? Like accomplices or something.
I didn't fucking kill him!
I'm sorry. Go on.
Dean and I were invited to celebrate their deal on Richard's yacht. Dean had put together an amazing contract. His commission was almost €1.5 million.
Shit. I had no idea it was worth that much. Wow.
Will you still get it?
Dean's going to divorce me after this.
You don't know that. He loves you.
Well, I'm pregnant with his boss's son, who is now dead. So yes, I do think he's going to divorce me.
Ignore her, babe. Go on.
We were all dressed up. The yacht looked beautiful. Everyone in black tie, the champagne was flowing. Dean and Richard were chatting as I came out of the bathroom. Richard was just about to introduce me to his wife. And that's when I saw him. Ethan. It only took him a few seconds to realise who I was, so I made my excuses and legged it into the loo.
Is that when you texted us? I had no idea what you were talking about, because, we swore we'd never talk about it. I'd almost turned it into a dream.
Well, now you can turn it into a nightmare.
Well, yeah. I had to tell you that he was, there 4 years after the... Anyway, I tried to dry my eyes, but they were all red and puffy, and Dean, everyone would have noticed. So I went up onto the deck. I'd only been there a moment when he was behind me. Maybe he was waiting for me. Well, he was as high as a kite. Well, I tried to tell him that I was sorry for that night, but he just told me to shut up. He spun me round, pulled my knickers down, and forced himself inside me. I begged him to stop, but he just kept whispering, "I'll show you who's the big boy now." As he came, I puked all over him. Then he fell backwards onto a spike thing on the wall. I could see blood, and then, Well, he sort of fell towards me, but I stepped out of the way. Then he stumbled against the railings and then fell overboard.
Fucking hell, Raquel!
You couldn't write it! What did you do? Well, I rang the emergency alarm thingy and pulled my knickers up.
What did you say? What did you tell Dean?
Well, I could hardly tell them the truth. No one would believe me. So I just said that, well, I felt seasick. Ethan had come up drunk, fallen against a coat hanger thingy on the wall, and ended up in the water.
Well, if you stick to that story, then we will all be fine. How can they tie us to him?
Well, as he was attacking me, he told me that he'd told his friends all about us. Well, I told the police that I'd never met him, but she knew. She knew I was lying. I could see it in her face.
What if they track us down and say that we raped him and that he was after his revenge?
But we didn't.
We were all just high and it was a crazy wild night. Please, just stick to your story, Raquel, and then we will all be fine.
Well, I'm hardly going to be fine, am I? I'm pregnant with that bastard's baby!
This is the police. Open the door.
How are you getting on, Mr. Foster?
It's a lot of paperwork, a lot of forms to fill in.
A necessary evil, I'm afraid.
Is that it?
Yes, this is it.
Funny, really. I suppose I had my first ever drink out of a plastic beaker, and now my last. What's the box for?
Your personal effects. Your watch.
I bought this when I was 21. The chap in the shop said it would last me a lifetime. He was right.
Car keys.
I took a taxi.
Any loose change.
Couple of quid. And a packet of chewing gum.
They'll be returned to your family. I gather they don't know of your decision?
No.
That's not unusual. An increasing number of our clients are choosing to act alone.
I'm a client, am I?
A valued client. You'll need to remove your tie, Mr. Foster.
I put it on specially. I wanted to try and look, dignified.
Sorry, health and safety.
Health and safety? I'm about to drink a beaker of poison.
Potassium cyanide solution, to give it its correct name, 30 millilitres.
I'll make sure I drink it all up.
Yes, you must.
You don't want to half do the job, eh?
Quite.
Does that ever happen?
Occasionally.
A last-minute change of mind?
Mr. Foster, you do want to end your life.
Of course I don't want to.
But you've signed your consent form.
Well, I'm sorry, I just...
Are you sure you're not having a change of mind?
I can't afford to have a change of mind. I remember when all this first started, the last big financial crisis. I mean, you're probably too young to remember.
Mr. Foster, I'm not supposed to engage at a personal level.
No, it's nothing personal, is it? Taking a man's life.
We're not taking your life, Mr. Foster, you're offering it. If I might remind you, it's the Voluntary Euthanasia Act.
Voluntary for those who don't have a choice.
But you do have a choice.
I've got 3 kids, right? 12, 15, 19. Great kids. Smart. Kind. Switched on. I was just about managing the university fees for my eldest when I was made redundant again, and since they scrapped student loans...
The economy simply couldn't support them, Mr. Foster. Sacrifices had to be made.
But then when they introduced tuition fees for secondary
It was
education,
necessary to maintain standards.
I just want my kids to have a chance.
Then you're doing the right thing. A start on the housing ladder for each of them, their education costs fully funded in exchange for your...
In exchange for their father's life.
In exchange for you generously unburdening the state of any financial or social obligation to you. No state pension to pay, no elderly care to provide. It's only fair that your offspring should benefit from the savings made. You're doing your family and your country a great service.
It's immoral.
It's inevitable. The state simply can't support an ageing population indefinitely.
Yes, I know the theory. I saw the TV ads.
It's been quite an effective campaign. Over 200,000 takers so far.
Are you lot paid on commission then?
Not at all.
Although we do receive a modest annual bonus based on overall client satisfaction.
I knew it! And how do your clients indicate their satisfaction? Give you a thumbs up as they take their final breath?
There's a short optional satisfaction survey just before termination.
Well, put me down as fairly satisfied with you.
Should we finish your paperwork? We're running out of time. Now, are you in good health generally?
Why does it matter?
It helps for statistical analysis.
Yes, I'm in good health generally. I worked out, watched what I ate, took care of myself.
Excellent.
Just don't know why I bothered. If I'd known it was going to end like this, I'd have enjoyed myself more. Stuffed myself full of pies. Put my feet up on the sofa instead of going jogging. Maybe even smoked a few joints.
I'll pretend I didn't hear that, shall I?
Pretend whatever you like.
Mr. Foster, you don't seem very pleased about any of this.
Well, now you mention it, I'm not exactly jumping for joy.
If I might remind you, in addition to the benefits your children will receive, your own processing here at the clinic is provided free of charge.
Processing? Is that what you call it?
The usual cost is £5,000. Then there's the VAT at 40%.
Oh, well, how generous. Please don't think me ungrateful.
You're lacking. Prices are increasing soon. It's the cost of living. Mr. Foster, I'm aware your wife doesn't know of your decision, but I just wondered if she was aware of our 2-for-1 offer.
Your what?
Should both parents elect to terminate together, there's a bonus of free lifetime healthcare for all offspring. It's quite a bargain.
Actually, I prefer my kids were left with one parent, thanks all the same. Anyway, why my kids need free healthcare when there's the NHS?
Come now, Mr. Foster, you know very well that's only going to cover accident and emergency from next year. Shall I send your wife a leaflet?
No! Thank God she's not eligible for your scheme. She's only 38.
Shall have to wait another 2 years then.
Oh, don't look so disappointed.
That reminds me, did you bring your birth certificate?
Here. Won't be needing this anymore.
Oh, if I'm not mistaken, you're 40 today.
Been waiting to do this for months.
Many happy returns.
Thanks. You didn't bother with a cake, did you? I could have snuffed out the candles when you sung happy birthday.
I'm afraid we require 10 days' notice of any special dietary requirements.
Never mind. Didn't want a cake anyway.
Mr. Foster, you haven't indicated your preferences for the funeral.
The funeral?
Yours. Would you prefer buried or cremated?
I hadn't really thought about it.
Well, I can't tick both options.
Well, I don't fancy either. I mean, it's like asking a vegetarian if they prefer a corned beef sandwich or a bacon roll. Oh, you choose for me.
I'm afraid I'm not allowed to.
Can I phone a friend? Cremated, then. No. Buried. No. Cremated.
How about flowers?
Don't bother.
Well, they're complimentary. It's chrysanthemums or carnations. We buy them in bulk.
The personal touch. Carnations, then.
What about music?
Don't you have a choir of angels standing by?
Do you have a favourite hymn?
I was never a big one for hymns.
Well, you can have anything you like. We have a full Dolby surround sound system for those special final moments.
Oh, good. I wouldn't want any hiss as I drift away. I've always loved jazz.
Well, something jazzy.
You know, I'd sometimes imagined my last moments. Sitting in a deck chair on a beach, aged about 90. My great-grandchildren playing happily in the sand. My wife holding my hand. The sun slowly setting over a calm sea. A final glass of vintage port.
I'm afraid we have a strict no-alcohol policy.
And in the background, Astrid Gilberta singing The Girl from Ipanema.
No, I'm not familiar with that one, but I'll check our music
Tall
library.
and tan and young and lovely, the girl from
Mr. Foster.
Ipanema goes walking, and when she passes, each one she passes goes.
Mr. Foster, we really are running short of time.
And the last thing I'd see as I gently let go of life would be the shimmering blue ocean. Not a cold, bleak, windowless clinic in Basingstoke.
Our termination centres are located to provide optimum transport links to all Listen, we have a projector and a number of slides. You can choose your final view.
Do you have one of the ocean then?
I don't think so. But we do have a nice one of an oak tree.
What's your most popular slide?
There's one of David Beckham.
What will you choose when it's your turn?
I'm on the new pension scheme, so I don't expect to have a turn.
And you trust them, do you, like I did?
I'm not supposed to discuss this.
I'm sorry, I'm not being fair. None of this is your fault. You know, you remind me of my eldest, Gillian.
Mr. Foster, I'm sorry to cut you short, but I do have other clients waiting.
How many do you get through in a day?
I'm afraid that's confidential.
Do you sleep at night? I mean, seriously, do you?
Please!
All right, let's get on with it.
So you want the oak tree and the girl from Ipanema?
Oh, forget the flowers and the slideshow. Just get it over with.
As you wish.
The benefits for my kids, they are absolutely guaranteed.
100%. It's a government-backed scheme, Mr. Foster. Make sure you drink it all down in one go. I should warn you, you might feel a choking, constricting feeling. That's perfectly normal and nothing to worry about.
Fine, I won't worry. Would you do something for me, a sort of last request?
As you wish.
You're a beautiful young woman.
Mr. Foster, if you're suggesting what I think you might be suggesting, I'm afraid it is strictly...
Would you hold my hand?
Oh, that. Yes, of course.
I know it's silly, but
It's
it would mean so much to me.
It's quite a common request.
What's that?
Rules, Mr. Foster. The handhold is fine, but no skin-to-skin contact.
May you be forgiven. Cheers.
I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Foster.
Well, answer it then!
Hello? Yes, this is Dr. Mort. Oh, I see. Hold for a moment, please. Mr. Foster, it appears your daughter Gillian is upstairs in reception. Rather upset by all accounts, hysterical in fact. I gather you left a note at home.
She wasn't supposed to find it until later on.
It appears she came home from work early to throw you a surprise 40th birthday party and found it.
Oh, it wasn't supposed to happen like this.
What would you like to do?
She'll talk me out of it, I know she will.
Then think of her future. Free of debt. And your other two children, university fees all paid for a start-up on a home, all provided free by the state, and no burden in caring for you.
Stall her.
Hold for a moment, please.
Sleep well, Doctor.
You too, Mr. Foster. Please send Miss Foster into one of our bereavement counselling suites and send in my next client.
Please come in. Do take a seat. It's perfectly safe, I assure you. Good, you see? Safe.
Safe. Safe.
Yes,
Let me get you some water. Oh, no, you stay there. Back off. I'm sorry. Sit down.
We stay safe.
You, keep us safe.
Sit! You must be parched after that journey.
Parched. What is?
Thirsty?
Water. Please.
Of course, you are. Oh, right. Yes, of course. I shall do my best to make a case for you, but first, I would like you to answer some formal questions, if that's all right. Good. At this stage, in order not to distress you, I would like you to give yes or no answers to all of my questions.
Yes.
No.
No, I mean all of the questions I asked you.
We understand. A little joke.
Oh, I see. I'm going to record the interview as evidence for future reference. This is Detective Inspector Griffiths. It is the 11th of March 2020 at 10:26 a.m. I am interviewing Abdul Hussein and Solomon Alaborgia. I have reason to believe you were both trafficked here from Libya, is that correct?
Yes.
Your vessel was an inflatable dinghy launched from the Libyan port of Misrata, bound for Italy 11 days ago.
Yes.
Originally, there were 123 of you in this one dinghy.
Yes, we paid €2,400 each to people smugglers.
Yes or no answers only.
Sorry.
You paid €2,400 each to people smugglers for your crossing.
I just told you this.
Yes or no answers only.
Yes.
Out of all your fellow passengers, you are two of only 6 survivors.
Yes.
They were dying like flies all around us. Dehydration.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Women crying. Children crying.
Yes or no only. Thank you. And you were one of 10 boats launched at around 10 p.m. from the same port that night.
Yes. Most were inflatables. There was also one wooden...
Please, I have to ask you, yes or no?
You don't want to know our story?
It just makes it easier for us to understand the facts, Solomon.
But we are giving you facts about what happened.
Yes, but it's easier if we stick to yes or no.
Oh, yeah, easier for you, yes.
Easier for all of us. We don't wish to cause you any unnecessary stress.
You think we haven't experienced unnecessary stress trying to reach here?
Of course, but I don't wish to force you to relive any of that stress at this moment.
But we want to tell you our story.
And you will. But first, I would like you to answer my questions. You were wearing life jackets in the boat.
Yes.
Was everyone in the boat wearing life jackets?
No. Only those who can afford wear one and write telephone number
Abdul!
of mat.
Yes or no?
Fuck you! And they write, if my body is found, please call my mother or father. Can you imagine receiving such a call? Can you? Yes or no? Yes or no?
No!
And those who can't afford that jacket, they write it on their jeans or their shirt.
They know. They may not make Journey alive.
It's a lottery. Nobody knows if it's going to be them or not.
And of the 123, there are only 6 survivors. Christ.
Yes or no? Yes or no?
Abdul, I must caution you.
Caution me.
Just stick to yes or no answers.
Yes.
Thank you. Have you both been referred to one of our psychologists?
Yes.
Yes, I think it would be very good if you were able to unburden yourself of your experiences.
Yes.
You were imprisoned in Libya.
Yes.
Did you know the identity of your captors?
No.
Were you physically abused?
We were beaten.
Yes.
Day and night. They hung me upside down. who chains around my feet and beat me till I was blue with a pipe.
No.
Were you sexually abused?
No.
Yes. They made me eat like dog on hands and knees whilst they pat my head and beat me. They forced me to give them blowjobs whilst they raped me from behind most days.
No.
I was the bitch. Nothing. An animal to them.
People lost their minds in there. I lost my mind. How we made it, I don't know.
Did you witness homicide?
Yes.
Jesus.
He's not going to help you in such places.
No, I suppose not.
We survived all these things. Beheadings.
We say, don't worry. One day you and me, Solomon, we will be in Britain for breakfast.
Yes.
Solomon, I say, we will take trip on Red London bus. You and me. Go to Buckingham Palace and say good morning to the Queen.
We shall go Houses of Parliament and go underground too.
We see changing of guard at Buckingham Palace.
Abdul, be like horses.
We find cafe and order bacon and eggs and fried tomatoes.
And have a British cup of tea.
I can arrange a cup of tea for you.
No! Thank you! We want tea in proper British cafe, not in police station!
So, are we going to be allowed to stay in Britain?
Your cases will be reviewed and processed when you can apply for asylum.
How long that take?
Well, that depends on the review and application.
How long review take to make decision?
Well, that depends on the individual cases.
How long is piece of rope? This long, or this long, or maybe this long?
I'm sorry, I really can't...
As long as it needs to be! To get job done, correct?
Yes!
Are we allowed to stay?
Like I said...
Yes or no?
I'm afraid that's just impossible to say.
Have you been to Buckingham Palace?
I once went to...
Yes or no, please?
No!
Have you ever been to Libya?
No!
I would not recommend it.
Have you ever been hung upside down and beaten blue with a pipe?
No!
Have you ever had to eat like dog on hands and knees, forced to give blowjob while raped from behind?
No!
Have you ever sailed on crowded boat with people screaming because they are dying and desperate for water?
Have you had to sit next to a pregnant woman while she is ready to give birth but knows she is dying?
No, look, I am just
Have you
trying
had
to
your
do my
skin
job.
blister and burn on the heat of Mediterranean sun day after day at sea?
Have you seen child thrown into the sea and drowned?
No.
You felt your legs burn from petrol leaking from cans.
No.
Have you walked up next to a corpse and had to throw it overboard before it started to stink?
No.
Have you any idea what it takes to be a refugee? Yes or no?
No.
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 We've seen a range of great writers sharing their scripts, staging their scripts.
It was a really interesting event to get involved in, something a bit different for the city, and something quite exciting.
To create organic diversity, new writing and storytelling was the perfect format to start with.
I don't think that you can have diversity amongst audiences if you don't have diversity on stage and diversity of voices creating those stories.
The winner, Jonathan Skinner Indignitas!
Thank you very, very much. Thank you, Natalie, and everyone involved. I've just had a really fantastic night out at the theatre, which is how it should be.
Could you be Enterstage Right's next grand champion? We want to hear from you.